Good morning, guys. Hope every single one of you are doing well. Got some good news for you this morning. Let's get into this, okay? Many of you guys know that the Pope will be heading to Iraq in March, guys. And that's actually very important, and I'm going to tell you why, okay? Iraq is about to enter a new beginning, okay? Iraq is coming out of, a lot of different things. They're coming out of corruption, many different challenges that have prevented them from rejoining the international world and community, guys, but they're now about to head back into the and rejoin the international world and community, guys, and that's why the Pope is going there. Okay? The Pope is going there to pray over them. All right? I've got two paragraphs I'd like to share with you at the end of this article. So the title of this article, guys, is it says, "This is why His Holiness Pope Francis will go to Iraq." And I'll highlight this part right here for you. It says, "Journey to Iraq in March of 21." That's when the Pope is heading there, okay? Let's look at these last two paragraphs. It says, "Lastly, there are 2 points right here. The first one is that during the Pope's visit to the United Arab Emirates in early 19, he signed an important document with the Imam, the document of human fraternity for world peace and living together. 2 months later, he was in Morocco to sign an appeal with the King of Morocco in Jerusalem. Is there a new document that we will see the light of the day in Mesopotamia?" Okay, guys, now here's a key point. It's the second one. The second point is that in March of '03, the American war drums were beating for Iraq, which enjoyed international approval except for Pope John Paul II, who said no to war. War is not always inevitable. It is always a defeat for humanity. In March of 21, Pope Francis will come to try to restore what was destroyed as a result of not listening to the voice of his predecessor, the Saint Pope. So as you guys see right there, it says Pope Francis will come to restore what was destroyed. Okay, guys, he's simply going there to pray for the people, pray for the country, and their new beginning, as well as their success and prosperity long term going forward, guys. Okay, so that is actually important, because what I'm trying to stress to you is he is praying for Iraq, for the country of Iraq, and for the people, for their new beginning. Okay? All right. And notice how he's doing it in March. Okay? Guys, the factual data in this keeps moving in the direction I'm laying this roadmap and this puzzle out for you. Okay? All right. As you guys know, Iraq announced to us yesterday that they started the reforms on Sunday, December 20th, with the devaluation of Iraq's currency. Okay? Now, as you guys know, they are en route to, or in the progress of also rebuilding their infrastructure. What did I tell you guys? I told you that Iraq did the borrowing law in place. They already told us, this is not my opinion. Iraq told us in print, and I showed you the article. They said that they did the borrowing law in place of the 2020 budget specifically to allow them to implement the reforms during the fiscal year of 2020. When did they tell us they were going to start the reforms, guys? Pretty much in January. In December, they did technically officially start them on December 20th. That's pretty dang close to January, close enough, okay? It says right here, the mayor of the capital launches a major development campaign in downtown Baghdad. Work begins within days, guys. Right there, they're getting ready to start reconstruction, guys, okay? What did I tell you? I said once they start the work that requires payments from the borrowing law, they have to change the rate in that same quarter, guys, because the payment has to be made for the funding of those reforms. Okay, the payment can only be made with internationally recognized currency, guys, because Iraq is now pushing forward on the reforms, guys. They will have to make a payment this quarter by the end of March. Boom. They have to change the rate, guys, by the end of March. And notice I just showed you an article where the Pope is going there to pray over the country and the people of Iraq for their new beginning. Okay? And their long-term prosperity going forward, but he's doing it in March, guys. Okay? So we're not going to read this article, but I just wanted to show you. Well, I mean, we can read a little bit of it. I don't want to read the whole thing. I think it's kind of lengthy. The mayor of Baghdad Architect announced the imminent launch of a broad campaign to develop Baghdad's commercial, cultural, and historical center under the supervision of the Prime Minister. A statement by the secretary, which people received a copy, stated that the coming weeks will witness the initiation of major development campaigns for the capital center from Tahrir Square to the Al-Bab Al-Mastam area in the cooperation with the owners of the commercial heritage and cultural shops. The opinion committee decided to unify activities of every commercial market and heritage street in the region. So, guys, there you go. They're pretty much just they're starting reconstruction, and they said within weeks. That takes you to January, okay? So, and again, when they go to make that payment for the funding of the reforms, they have to do it by the end of March, because that payment's due this quarter, by the end of March, okay? By the end of March in Iraq's Q4, all right? And that's why they started. The fact that Iraq is even implementing the reforms from January through March confirms, guys, that that's actually part of their fiscal year of 2020, because this was all set aside and budgeted to be executed during the fiscal year of 2020. Okay, guys, it's that simple. Let's move on. More articles for you. Al-Kazami's advisor reveals the truth about the World Bank's request to raise the dollar's price to 1660. So here you guys go, guys. This is more confirmation. Remember I told you that Iraq lied to you. Okay, regarding the currency devaluation, Iraq, and here's where the lie was. Remember, I've been trying to tell you and show you for quite some time that Iraq will put partial truth and partial BS information in majority of their articles. That's what they've been doing to you. They told you that they devalued the dinar because the value of the dollar was too high against the dinar. And I actually showed you graph charts that wasn't true. Okay? And then if you've noticed in the last few days, I brought it to your attention yesterday, how the IMF and both the World Bank are getting a lot of their thoughts and comments right now in a lot of these articles. The reason a lot of the thoughts and comments are coming from both the World Bank and the IMF guys is because they've directed and instructed Iraq to do this before they change the rate. This is part of the stage setting preparations to reduce the note count, to kind of hinder and cripple Iran financially, okay? And to get that spread down. All of these are just nothing more than just preparations. It's a 90-day preparation. That's why they did it on 12/20, okay? It's just a 90-day preparation step for the rate change, guys. Now, I'd like to bring up a valid point on what I just said. Right now, there's quite a few other gurus, and some of you guys have your own thoughts, thinking that Iraq's still going to magically change their rate in January. Guys, with what I just told you, I can squash that right now. I can squash that theory in 2 seconds, okay? So right now, Iraq has told us that they devalued their dinar, guys. And here's another article that's actually just going to overlap right here. It shows, right, guys, I want to tell you this, and then I'm going to show you how I'm going to squash the January theory on the rate change, okay? Employees complain. Owners of the K-card outlets in Mosul distribute salaries in dollars at the new exchange rate, guys. Do you know what they're doing? They're injecting and infusing more of the U.S. dollar again to get the dinar out of circulation, okay? On top of the fact that they've devalued it to squeeze more 3-0 notes out of the citizens from their mattresses, okay? Now, let's talk about, many of you and many other gurus keep saying that the rate's going to change in January. Okay, guys? They didn't implement this whole thing about injecting the dollars and devaluing the dinar, guys, until December 20th. Okay? They did that with a goal to reduce the dinar note count and get more 3-0 notes out of the country and out of the citizens' hands. Okay. If they change the rate in January, guys, that does not give this effort or this step enough time to serve its purpose of reducing that note count. This step right here, guys, to reduce the note count needs at least 90 days to be effective. Okay? Again, if they change the rate in January at best, that would give this whole effort of reducing the note count, that would give it a 30 days. And that is not enough time for this step. This step right here would be a complete waste of their time to implement this step for 90 days. I hope you understand that, okay? I'm just proving to you factually that from what other gurus are telling you about January and what some of your own thoughts are about how, oh, because January is their fiscal year, and this is not me, this is you guys. I'm speaking on behalf of you guys, where you guys come back. So, oh, the fiscal year's in January. They'll change rate in January, guys. This whole step of reducing the note count or removing squeezing the 3-0 notes out of circulation in the country, guys, is not beneficial or cannot be effective in a 30-day period. It needs a minimum of 90. I've tried to stress this to you, and they did this exactly. They implemented this step on to Sunday, December 20th, exactly 90 days before Kuwait historically changed the value of their currency, guys, which was March 24th of 91. That same date today would be Sunday, March 21st of 21. Okay? So anyway, I'm just raising facts to you. Okay? That way, and some common sense. Okay? This step needs a minimum of 90 days to be effective. 30 days, if they were only going to try to implement this step for 30 days, according to some people's thoughts and theories here, it would be a complete waste of their time. Okay? Remember, though, this step came down from both the IMF and the World Bank. So, as you guys see here, back to this article, the World Bank, and you guys know the IMF, instructed and directed Iraq to perform these tasks of devaluing their currency. Okay? Again, it's nothing more. I already showed you articles from yesterday. This was a short-term. Iraq told us in print it was a short-term step leading into the next stage. Next stage means after the rate change. Okay? So, Prime Minister Kazemi revealed today, Sunday, the fact that Iraq has submitted to Iraq to raise the price of the dollar to 1,660 dinars per $1 US. So there you go, guys. That trickled down from the world. That was kind of the guidance and control of both the World Bank and the IMF. That's why you're seeing all comments now from both parties. Again, right here, I've seen other articles telling us this too, but again, owners of the K-Card outlets in Mosul distribute salaries in dollars in the new exchange rate. Guys, what they're doing is they're infusing, meaning releasing and injecting more US dollars into Iraq's economy, that when the rate changes, they have dollars instead of dinar, and they have to turn around and when the rate does change, they have to take their dollars into the bank for dinar. Okay, again, it's just another step to reduce the to pull the dinar out of circulation, to remove the 3-0 notes out of circulation inside the country of Iraq. So here you guys go. This is the same article I already showed you guys. So anyway, guys, that's everything I have for you guys. It just keeps, the news just keeps stacking up exactly the way I'm laying it out for you. And guys, the fact that the Pope is going there in March should really turn a light bulb on inside your head and make you think, okay, why March? Why? The whole reason the Pope and as well as Catholic bishops go to different countries, guys, is just nothing more than to pray for that. Pray for an event, pray for a country, pray for people. That's what it is. The Pope's going there to pray for the people of Iraq, to pray for the country of Iraq, guys. And I showed you that in that article because it's Iraq is entering and the people are entering a new beginning. But guys, he's not going there till March. That should strongly suggest something to you, because he's going there to pray for the country of Iraq, that they'll be prosperous and successful upon their new beginning of entering and rejoining the international world and community, guys. That's what it's about. Anyway, guys, there you go. You guys are the best. God bless you guys. Have a great day. Take care.